Well, hello everyone. I know the lighting is going to be really bad, but if I turn any other lights on, it's just going to be bouncing off of me. So the lighting tonight, I know I'm going to get some complaints. But good evening. You are the first, Chosen. You are the first. You are the first tonight. And yeah, I got on here later than anticipated, and last night didn't work, but hey. Hey, Nifty, how are you doing? And again, sorry for the lighting. This is the way it's going to be, because if I turn on anything else, it's going to bounce all over the place. I wondered if you would make it. Yes, I'm late, but I made it. I'm late, but I made it. And the lighting is going to be crap, so just telling you, just telling everybody now. I know I'm gonna get comments and probably complaints, but it's the way it is. So, and I feel like I'm losing my voice. So how's everybody doing tonight? What a nice surprise. That is fine. So glad you're broadcasting. Was thinking today, I have not seen you live in a while. Yes, it's been a few days. It's been a couple of days. We've been here since Sunday, and this is Tuesday. So Sunday I didn't, Monday I didn't. I was going to try to last night, did not work. I don't know what was going on, but did not work. So tonight, it's like, amazingly, it worked. So like I said, I'm late, but here we are. And let me know if I'm coming through okay. Because I don't know if I switched myself over or not. And I don't know that I'm really going to have to here, but let me look. You look like you're about to say, long ago, there once was a princess. Hey. We could have story time, I guess. We could have some story time. Better late than never. Yes, that is true. Very true. And I'm going to try not to be too quiet because Miss Princess is across the hall from me, and I think she should be okay, but I have all the doors closed, so we should be good. We should actually be good. So, and I have never went live from up here before, so we'll see how this goes. So, yeah, I'm expecting ghost stories around the campfire. I guess, or if I had some sound effects in the background, I could do a crackling noise in the background. We have little ghost stories and cooking our s'mores. Oh gosh. Yeah, because totally, if I turn on any other lights, it's gonna be like at my house. It's gonna be pinging off of me because already over here, I have this little lamp that's over here that's way off, and it's like, okay. Hey, Danae, how are you? Oh yeah, how is Miss Roof? She's downstairs, and she was trying to nab everybody's ice cream. So she's doing good. Last night she didn't. She slept under the bed downstairs with Seth and Annie because they were letting off fireworks somewhere around midnight. Because I woke up and I was like, "What's that noise?" And I was like, "Okay, I hope it's not gunshots. It's either gunshots or it's firecrackers." And I laid here, still as could be, waiting. It was like, okay, I'll surely hear some kind of something to differentiate between the two. Because when you wake up like that, you're thinking whatever. Your thoughts are everywhere. And it's nice to see you too, Danae. Hello. So yeah, it was firecrackers. And it was like, I had went to bed last night. Since I couldn't get on here, it was after 10 o'clock. Of course, whenever I came to bed, it was like 10:30, 11 o'clock, I think, when I finally got laid down and whatever. So I'd been asleep maybe an hour, I don't know. I didn't look at the time. Woke up to that bang, bang, banging. And then I fell back to sleep. Well, then I woke up again to bang, bang, banging. So remember when you'd have sleepovers and you'd turn all the lights off, then tell spooky stories with a flashlight? Yes, that's what it looks like. And you see, I have my I have my Amazon thing. See, there you go, right there. Oh, this is perfect angle right here. We could have all kind of. If I was good at telling ghost stories, that would be so awesome. If I was good at pulling stuff like that out of the hat, it'll be good. Oh my gosh. So yeah, as I have in my description, I am working on a stitch, and it is going to end up being a humongous one because it's a pattern that I found on Etsy, and of course it's done in more like your yarn, your worsted weight, or even maybe a sport weight. Well, I am using the plush yarn. I'm using the blanket yarn, and this is his head alone. This stitch is going to be gigantic. So, now I understand Chosen calling you Madam So. Yes, as in the alien. The blue alien, that's what I'm working on, is the blue alien. This is his head. And I'm using the bottom part of it was, they said mint green. So the only mint green that I could really find that would go with his blue was the mint green from Dollar Tree. So, I can't choose him because I've never watched the movie and I don't know what he sounds like. Imagine that. So, anyway, I used it for the bottom part for the light blue, mint green color, whatever. And I used the dark blue up here, and I probably should have used like a medium blue maybe, but the medium blue I have, it didn't, to me in the picture, didn't look right. So I'm going with this. When you held the light up, you look like a gypsy fortune teller. It was perfect. Oh, I know. That's what I said. It's perfect angle. It was a perfect angle. Perfect. It's perfect. Oh, and guess what? At the market, at the Christmas market, right across the way from me was such a thing. Right catty corner from me. It was interesting. So, nicest lady. Didn't have any problems with her or anything. She actually bought a scarf or bought that cowl from me. Nicest lady, and yeah, but definitely had some stuff over there in the corner. So. No, I did not. And I am serious, and no, I did not. I don't think anybody did. I mean, her booth was pretty busy the whole time. I think she had a following. I mean, and most of them do. Um, but no, did not. But she had some kind of products and stuff that she was selling and stuff. But she had her list there of what she did and how much she charged, and I was like, no, thank you. Explain the movie then poorly. A little girl adopts a blue cat that kind of speaks, and the IRS and more aliens want to extract him from her. Gotcha. Hello? I think Gray was looking for me. I think he just came up to check out to see if I was still in here. Because he was downstairs watching his show because I was going to have him come up if he wanted to, but if he did, then I wouldn't have been able to go live. But, and Seth, I don't think would care that he was on here, but I don't really want to do that, so. So anyway, my little alien, he is going to be a huge alien, and I don't know, I'm going to trust the process. I forgot my stuffing, so I can't stuff him right now. But right now I am working on the belly part of his little stomach for his body. So this will be interesting. This will be interesting. I've never tried to make one of these before, and especially not this size. So and here just eating. You're eating Mary brownies. Okay. Okay. I would say something, but I think the easiest thing you can make is Bob the tomato from VeggieTales. You know what? That probably is true because I know Bob. I know VeggieTales. I watched the heck out of that. I guess I shouldn't really attach that word to like that for that, but I watched it a lot whenever my kids were growing up, whenever they were little. So yeah, I know, and you're probably right. You're probably right on that. Do you need to do face shaping for the stuffed animal? Yes, there will be. There is a little bit of it on the pattern that the person goes through to kind of shape his face and stuff. It's nothing too hard, I don't think, anyway. I've not gotten that far yet. So, yeah, this definitely is not going to be his. I mean, this is not the shape or anything. I mean, I don't have it stuffed, I don't have anything, and yes, there's going to be a certain amount of shaping to it. So, it is kind of freaking me out a little bit because it's round looking from what they show on the picture, but then whenever they actually put it all together, then it's shaped different. So have I finished any projects lately? Oh, yes, I have, but they're not here because I'm not at home. Some of them need it to get the look right. Yes, and with this, yeah, like I said, it does talk about it, the face shaping in here, and even with a lot of what what I've been doing here lately, it does have a certain amount of shaping and stuff to the face, and it's really not that hard. It's really not that hard. With the capybara, and I know I still don't know how to pronounce that thing. I had face shaping that I had to do with him. With my chinchilla, I had face shaping to do with him. So, Jojo on the road. Yes, I am on the road. Well, it's not. It's his head. I mean, because this part right here will come down more. Like I said, it's not stuffed or anything yet. So, this is part of his face right here, the light blue part of his face. And yes, it does look like a body. I agree. It does, Danae. I'm not disputing that at all. But this is the bottom part of his face, and he's still gonna have to be stuffed, and then the face shaped. So I have a long way to go, because see, I mean, nothing. It's not anything. It's just the shell right now. Blue acorn. That it does. I mean, I can shape it into anything right now. I mean, So, yeah, like I said, it's gigantic. And if I had my stuffing and had it stuffed, it would be fine. It's just looking funky right now because, see, my arm's in it. So, yeah, this is what it is so far. So, again, I mean, I have it folded up right now. So, and like I said, just going to trust the process. It's the first time I've ever made it. And especially with blanket yarn, I mean, I'm using the thicker blanket yarn, and I'm not used to using the blanket yarn even. So, I mean, I am and I'm not. I'm used to the posh. That's what I'm used to. The blanket yarn, I mean, yes, it's different and it's going to work out different and everything, but, excuse me, I'm going to trust the process. It's just going to be big. He's going to be big. So, but I would like to make a smaller version of him, just for me to have one, because I'm not going to make him to sell. But the smaller version, I would like to make one just out of yarn of a smaller version. And I just wanted to pop in. I'm so tired, but just wanted to say hi. Well, thank you, Caitlin. I appreciate that, and I totally understand being tired. So thank you for popping in. And you have a good rest of your night. Posh would have worked out the best for it. Oh, I know that. Oh, I absolutely agree, Lenora, but I don't have any. I don't have any. I don't have any blue. I don't have the blues. I don't have all the blues. I don't have it. And that's what I wanted to make it out of, but nope. I don't have any. It would have been amazing. Amazing. Do you ever sell your works in different sizes like those Russian what dolls? I don't know what kind of dolls you're talking about, but yeah, I know they're supposed to be having it at Michael's now, but I've not been yet to see. And I don't even know that they would have had like the dark blue or anything like that, because the majority of people that I'm seeing and what I saw online, it's all pastel colors. So I don't know, maybe they have some darker colors now. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I do want to try to get to Michael's at some point. But I don't want to be buying up a ton of Posh whenever I have all this blanket yarn I need to get done. I need to get used. So, and I'll get it used. But, you know, there are colors that I'm going to need and stuff, but it's going to be hard to interchange the Posh and the blanket yarn. So, because I have Posh to use for different things. I just didn't have it for this. So, and I agree. It would be so much better to use the Posh for this, but so I don't know. On our way home tomorrow, I may get them talked into taking me to Michael's. I don't know. We'll have to see. It depends on what time we get out of here and everything. So I can't explain it well, but they're like a copy of the largest version of the toy inside said toy. Oh, those little stackable things yeah, where they're like this and then get smaller and smaller and they're all stacked inside. I understand what you're saying. I know what you're saying on that now. I just didn't know that's what they were called. So, with that big word that you use that I can't pronounce. They do, but the one I went to yesterday is a cruddy store, but I don't like Michael's to begin with, right? Yes, the nesting dolls, yeah. If you would have said nesting dolls, I probably would have understood it better. And you know, I mean, Michael's is okay. Michael's back in the day, like over 10 years ago. My kids are, I mean, my oldest is going to be 30, so it's been a good well over 10 years ago, maybe 15. Maybe 15 or more years ago. At least 15, let's say. And I would go to a Michael's that was like almost 2 hours away from us, because that was the only Michael's that was that close. I had no other Michael's near me, and I was making my jewelry at the time, and I loved Michael's for the jewelry. making, because they had rows and rows at this store that I would go to that was 2 hours away, and it was worth it for me to go because the pricing was so good. They had such a good selection. That was the store, and I would go there and shop purposely. I would plan this trip, and but I never went for yarn. But I don't even know if they had yarn back then. I don't know, seriously, because I never looked for it. They could have had rows and rows of it for all I know. I don't know, but I never went for that. So, but now for me to go for anything, no. I mean, I'm lucky if there's an entire row, meaning back and front, of some yarn. Maybe three or two, or well, a row and a half, one row being front and back, and the next row just being front, if you're lucky. And sometimes they'll, whenever I've been in there, they would maybe have a bin that would have some yarn in it, or they might have one end cap. And that's it. And yeah, I have been able to find some clearance yarn that I really liked. But if they're planning on doing anything yarn-wise and doing anything with, the Joanne stuff or whatever, I mean, I don't see it happening. I don't. So... I was going to say way, way back, they had the best selection of yarn too. Yeah. And they probably did, but I just didn't look for it back then, because that's whenever I was doing my jewelry more. I was still crocheting, but I had my other places to get it, that I wasn't crocheting as much and I wasn't selling as much, but I was my jewelry. And so that's what I was focused on. But yeah, now it's, even now, with them saying how, and like some of the people online have said, some of the, ones that were sharing stories and stuff, Michael's buys at these places for them to go to die, and it's like, why buy it up and buy the rights or do whatever and talk it up like you're going to do all this stuff and then offer nothing? I don't get it. I mean, why... If you're not going to make anything back on your investment, I don't understand that. Why would you invest and buy and do, and then do nothing with it? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. So, and they're not going to be smart. It's not going to be smart not to do something with it. I mean, there's so many people that absolutely love the posh, and they also like other yarns and stuff too. I know that, but I mean, the posh was where it was at. I mean, there were so many people that got in late to the game of it, though, too. Me being kind of one of them. I got in towards the end, really, in comparison to the beginning of the posh deal, And, I mean, if they continue to have it, and they continue to offer colors, and have darker colors, and continue to restock, and do what they need to build the product and the brand, and be good quality, if they continue to do that, then okay, thank you Jesus, please do it, but I don't know. I mean, they may decide, yeah, we tried it, let's phase it out. Then it's like, really, why So that's my 2 cents. So So if everyone could just say a little prayer and keep positive energy on this stitch project, that would be awesome. And I wish I would have remembered my stuffing, so then I could have stuffed my head and I could see exactly what it's going to look like and how it's shaped, and I could start doing my thing. The only thing that I am not liking right now is the eyes, to me, need to be bigger for this big head. Because right now that's all that I have, and you're supposed to put this black inside of there and put like a white in there. It's like, no, these are going to have to be bigger. So there's going to be some trial and error going on here. And you know what? If I end up finding Posh that's in this dark blue, then we may just start over. And I'm okay with that. It's the fan. I have the fan going. I'm upstairs. And upstairs in this house, it is so hot. Downstairs in the basement area, well, it's a tri-level. So it's not really the basement, but it's the lower level. It is an iceberg. I mean, it is so stinking cold down there. It is not even funny. I was about to freeze to death. And so I went to the second level. Excuse me. And we were sitting there watching the All-Star game. And I was like, this is perfect. And then you come up here and then it's hot. It's really hot up here. But you know what? It feels wonderful. It's just right, honestly. It's not too hot, not too cold, with the fan just kind of blowing. And it's so nice. It's so nice. It's been a lot of Saturdays since our special guest has gone live with you, Jonna. How come? You surely have been here chosen for that bit of news. You surely have heard me talk about that. I thought the baby bear felt thinner than the Joanne's version, but I could be wrong. I think I've heard people say that, Lenora. I think I've heard people say that about the baby bear. Chosen, ever since I became monetized, my final monetization, the second round of monetization, and then I had like a raid type situation happen. It was around those two occurrences that for some reason I can no longer do go live with me. I have tried Lenora many a times. I even tried to have Sam do it to see if it could possibly be something on Lenora's end, just to rule whatever out. And it did the same thing to him. I went through YouTube. I filed everything. They even filed like a thing as far as like possibly being hacked. They found nothing. And they didn't find that I was hacked. They didn't find anything that was compromised, anything like that. And they don't seem, I mean, they act like they've never heard of this before. And so they have told me, you know, to do all the things, you know, back out of everything, go back in. I mean, all the things that you already do and that you already know to do. And so I don't know. I have no clue. I've not done anything any different. There's no settings on my phone. Nobody has access to any of my private information. Nobody has my email addresses or passwords. I only have one moderator, and they don't even have any private information. And plus, even if they did, I totally trust them, and I'm not worried about that, you know? So it's like, I don't know. I have no clue. No clue. But no, thank God, Danae, they did not show any hacking. They did not show anything that was compromised. I sent them the exact date it happened. I went back to try to watch that video to get the name of the person. Well, I had accidentally deleted it. In all of the course of everything, I was deleting highlight stuff that I didn't really want in there, that wasn't anything that I had published or anything. But I was going through deleting some things, and that one accidentally got deleted. And I was like, are you kidding me, Jonna Clark? You know? So anyway, I was able to go back and piece it together because I went live twice that day. So I knew where it was, and gave them that date. And the thing is, they can go back and pull things more than what, I mean, because they even said, that there are ways that they can go through and pull things and look and whatever. So as long as I kind of had the date and the situation, all that kind of stuff, then they could go about doing whatever. But again, they acted like, well, they didn't know what was wrong, and they had never heard of it, And they again were saying, well, being monetized and whatever. It's like, that doesn't matter. I was already monetized and I already had my 50 subscribers. I was well past that. I was all past everything. So it was just, I don't know. And so I filled out a thing here not too long ago. It was yesterday actually. And it was just feedback from YouTubers, content creators. And so I filled it out, and I said that for them being such a big platform, I mean, yes, everybody was gracious and kind and nice and timely, but for as big as the platform is for everyone, as big as the social media is, there's something kind of lacking in the tech department, and I don't know where the responsibility lies on that. So I told you I was telling campfire stories to frogs in my absence. Oh, okay. Although her signal has been 100% better since, they couldn't find anything. And yes, this is true. That is one thing that has happened. I mean, ever since then, I had a lot of other issues that I let them know about. And that is one that Lenora brings up, that point too, that I wasn't even thinking about. I was having technical issues of like, me not coming through, I was getting knocked off, people were getting knocked off, conversations were getting deleted for no reason, all the things that would make you wonder if I wasn't being hacked, kind of, or something happening. And that is all stopped. So I don't know what that was all about. So evidently they did something, something got figured out. I don't know why they didn't mention that though. So anyway, I mean, it is true. There has been things that have been corrected since then. So that's what happens when you sell your company to Googly. That's what happens when you sell your company to Google. Yeah, all the good old Pixely streams on the Papa. Yes, in the Papa Bear chair. Yes. The good old days. Way back when. I'd say the very primitive times, but I'm still pretty primitive. I'm nothing fancy over here, that's for sure. At least I have went up in technology a little bit. I actually got me a good stand, because before it was being supported on a bar stool and something to prop it up with, laying against a box or whatever, And sometimes I would break out one of my other, stands or whatever that would maybe halfway work, but I couldn't adjust it, So we're moving up a little bit in the world. Oh gosh, but yeah, at least I'm not having the pixel issues really anymore, and I don't know. So yes, there has been things corrected, but for whatever reason, we've not tried it recently though. So maybe we should give it another try one of these nights just to see, out of curiosity. I know they gave me a list of things to go through again or whatever to check on, but it's like, I already did all that. I did all that the first round. I did that whenever I got a hold of them. All the things. So I don't know. I don't know. I went through all my settings. I went through everything. I've shut everything down, turned it back on. The only thing that I have not done is completely log out completely. But I'm kind of afraid. I mean, I know I can get back in, but the one thing that I was really worried that they were going to tell me that I was going to have to do is like back out of this and start another account. And I was like, nope, no. If you're going to put me back where I was at, and all the things, but yeah, we know what would probably happen with that. And I don't even know if backing, like totally logging out completely, like signing off and coming back in, I don't even know that that would really do anything. I mean, I've shut it down and gotten back in, but I've not completely logged out. But I don't even know why I should have to do that. But I know for some things, sometimes you do. But again, it gets me really, it makes me anxious. And not too much longer, and it's going to be a year, guys. It's going to be a year. So I got a lot further than what I thought I would in a year, to tell you the truth. I really honestly have. I need to get 15mm eyes for my unicorn. Oh, yeah. I think that, I'm trying to remember, I think the largest I have is either a 14 or a 15. I'm sorry, this is what happens when I'm not here. Well, good morning to you, Scrawlin. Hope you're having a wonderful start to your day. And Nifty, if you're still here, I know I said that, yeah, I'd gotten a lot. I have gotten some finished products done, but they're just not with me because I am up north with my kids and my grandbabies. I got some cows done, and I'm trying to remember what else, even since I've been on. That may have been it, honestly. You have a long work day ahead of you, Scrollin'? Oh, and I did get an extra possum done and an extra mole done for my market. And I'm trying to remember if I did anything else. Oh, well, good luck. Hopefully it goes well for you. Hopefully you have a good day and it just kind of trucks along, whenever you're busy. That seems to help, make the day go a little better. Well, that won't be too awful bad. A horse walks into a bar, and then the bartender asks, "Who wears shoes without other clothes on?" Who wears shoes without other clothes on? Oh gosh, I am not good at these things. I am not good at these things. I'm too much of an overthinker. A horse walks into a bar, and then the bartender asks who wears shoes without other clothes on. Well, that's the first thing I thought in my head was horseshoes, but then I was like, they're making I mean, he's talking to the horse already about, so it was like, okay. So I'm with Danae. Thank you, Scrolling. Come on, madam, so it's me telling a joke. When is it ever going to be profound? What I'm working on right now is the little blue alien Stitch. And he's turning out to be rather gigantic because I'm using blanket yarn, the Bernat blanket yarn. So I'm hoping, I don't know, I'm trusting the process. I'm trusting the process. And if I happen to come across some posh to do the blue in, because right now this is his gigantic head. This is his gigantic head, which whenever I get it stuffed, it will be more round. It will round out more. Right now, it's not. It looked like a beehive. It's looking like an acorn beehive, but you know, it'll be all right. I'm following this pattern: crochet, hook, yarn, weight, and whatnot. Perfect, but I feel like the pieces are coming out smaller than the original. Stinking. This edge stitch. Yes, it's gigantic. It's gigantic, Swallow. Well, kind of like where I'm at, Danae. But mine's turned out to be huge. And I am using an H hook because the G hook was just not, it was not working. I tried. For me, it wasn't working. So I'm just, I'm using the H hook, but my tension, I am really trying to keep the tension. Because the pattern that I'm going by, it is made for more of your yarn, of like I think it's even, like I said earlier, I think it's more of like not even, it's maybe more of a 3 weight is what they even used even too. And it could be a worsted. I don't remember. I didn't pay attention that much to it because I knew that I was going to be using this. So it was at least a 3 or a 4 weight in yarn. I know that. Which, yes, it would probably work out perfect. Oh, that's awesome. Yep, you're moving right along on that. I still have mine at home waiting on me. I haven't finished it yet. Well, thanks for stopping in, Chosen. I'm always glad to see you. And we will see you next time. Enjoy the rest of your night. I like to do the yarn under, yarn over method because it will make the stitches not have gaps, but can make your project smaller because it takes less yarn to do. So now for the unicorn, I'm doing yarn over, yarn over. Yeah, for all my plushy stuff, I do the ender. Yeah, is that right? Yeah. But I tend to crochet that way anyway. I always have. But they already have that.
Seating.
I know, but I thought, why are they, what? Because it was already up.
It went back up.
So had they released it and then told people now again not to?
Yeah, because the bacteria level went back up.
Down enough to even cancel it out.
They told them to flush lines and then they could start drinking it. Now it's
And
back
now it's
up.
back. Oh, jeez.
Back up to 9/11.
That's a mess. I'm just glad we don't live over there, and I hope it doesn't happen. Oh boy. I'm glad we're not having to deal with that. But I hate it that other people are having to. Oh, sorry, Lenore, he already left. I'll tell him you said hello, though. Oh my gosh, he came in to show me where the county that I had just been in, that I was talking about having the algae thing going on, they had lifted it because it was starting to test where it was safe, flush the lines, do whatever, they could go back. Yeah, they just now said no, that they can't now again. That it went back up, and so, no, there's a ban on it again. So, it's a mess. It's a mess. Because I didn't even realize, I mean, because Whitney's on Facebook way more than I am, and I didn't realize they had lifted it. So, He was like, yeah, they had just lifted it, and then now tonight, it was like 9:15. They were saying no go again. This thing it's just gonna be so big. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't believe how big this thing is. That is so big. I don't know. I maybe should try to go to the Michaels here and see if they have what they have here. I don't know. I've not been to the Michaels here. I've been to the Dollar. No, not Dollar. I mean, yeah, I have been to the Dollar Tree because that's where I got this mint green. I went to the Dollar Tree to get it because I'd ran out of what I had. And, but I have been to the Hobby Lobby here. And I don't mind their Hobby Lobby here. I actually did find some cute stuff, clearance stuff here not too long ago. Well, it's been longer than just, I mean, it's been longer than what I'm thinking ago, but because time, gets away from you. It was probably last summer even, towards the end of last summer. Hmm. I will certainly give her a hug from you, Scrollin'. I will do that. Looks like a little party hat. Well, it's his belly. It's his belly. So, and I'm supposed to do up to row 25. This is gonna be one stinking big belly. And I feel like I've done something wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nope. I have the right amount of stitches, but I don't know. I've already had this person emailed me and said that they were making modifications to the pattern. So they sent me the modification for the head and told me to please crochet it up and send them pictures of my outcome. If everything turns out too small, I might not need the 15mm eyes. Well, that could be true. I mean, you can compare and look and see. Or were you talking about your thing looking like a party hat? This, I mean, it looks like it could be a party hat too. But anyway, with this body, it's 2 panels. It's made out of 2 panels. So the front panel being the belly, and then I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to get into on this. Because they're supposed to be sending me the other modifications, so I don't know. I'm winging it. I'm seeing how it goes. I don't know. Because whenever they messaged me telling me that they had some corrections for the pattern, I was like, yeah, go ahead and send me those. Because the way they worded it, they had it done. Well, I never heard anything. So I messaged them again. And I said, hey, just checking in with you. Yeah, I'd really appreciate those modifications because I, was wanting them. Well, they didn't have them done yet. They would let me know when they were done. It was like, oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood, how they, what they had said. And so next thing I knew, then it was like a day or so later, they sent me for the head, which, yeah, looks, like I said, looks like a blue beehive. So we'll see. I'm anxious to get it stuffed and get the eyes put on it and do the facial stuff to it and see where we get. So and they may not have a choice tomorrow other than to let me go to Michael's so I can see if they have any dark blue of the Posh. Because I did have some dark blue, but I used it already. And even if I had any left over, it's not enough to do anything with as far as this type of project. So because even if it would have been the baby blanket yarn, would have maybe been a little bit better even, but that's not what this is. Because the baby blanket yarn of the Bernat, I don't mind it so much. I mean, it seems like it works up a little bit better even. For me, anyway, so far with what I've used. Because I did get quite a bit of it. If I found it in a color that I liked, I was picking up more of it than I was the actual bigger, like, Bernat blanket yarn. And I definitely didn't get any of, like, the super bulky or anything like that because I will not use it. I have some at home that I probably will never get used. that are, well, I think two. I think I have two of them that are shades of gray that I don't have enough to make anything out of, and I don't want to buy any more to um, make anything with it. And I like the gray and everything. And I contemplated like trying to make like a pillow or something out of them, and I may yet. I don't know, but we'll see. And this mint green is all tangled up. Yes, it definitely does work up smoother. That is absolutely true. I don't fight with it really. I've not had any issue with the baby blanket yarn at all. Okay. I will take that. And I don't even know how this is going to turn out right. Because I know that it has two panels, and this belly is supposed to be part of the panel, and then because it is not working out like. So you know what? I think I'm probably just going to wait on the other modifications because something ain't jiving. Because you were supposed to do a magic ring with it, but the pictures that are showing to me is not what this is doing, and it's not making any sense. I just discovered it. It's a me thing, not him. I just found where my mistake is. I think. Hold on. Hold on and let me look. I'm gonna rip this out really quick. It's, I don't think it's anybody I've bought off of before. But I just discovered what my problem was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let me see. Well, I thought it was going to tell me right here. Well, I have the email address, but this isn't the name of the person. I mean, it was a different name. Because usually at the top it'll say kind of with whatever, but I believe it's a foreign pattern. I'm pretty sure on that. I like make it to live. Well, I'm glad that you get to join us every day, scrolling. Let me see if I can get into my email real quick and El Maliki. It's E-L and then M-A-L-I-K-I. But I discovered what my issue was because with the way they have it on here, I misread it. And I thought that it was supposed to be a continuous around. Well, no. At row 7, then it says, which I don't know, I'm going to have to, I'll see how it works. Because at the row 7, you're supposed to have 42 stitches. And then for row 8 to 25, single in each stitch across 42, continue working even rows until the height reaches about 7 centimeters. Keep working with that color, finish off, leave a long tail for sewing. Well, I don't know how I'm going to do 42 stitches. I don't know. Across, like in rows, instead of in the round. So I don't know. Because it says the body of stitch is made of 2 separate flat panels. Front panel is the belly, back panel including back and side area. After crocheting both panels, you will sew them together around the edges and stuff them. This construction gives a clean shape and allows better color contrast between the belly and the rest of the body. Well, I think I have Danae, but we'll see. I'm not 100% sure yet because I haven't got back to my row 7 yet. And I don't even know that I'm supposed to be working on a magic ring. Because the way it looks to me is that you do it in rows and not a magic ring. Because no, his belly is not a magic ring, is not worked in a magic ring. Now, you might do the magic ring and not close it up and just work, and not an actual ring, but he needed to specify, he or she needed to have specified that to, I don't know. So if that's the case, I'm going to take all of this out. And I just don't know that I want to do that right now. Because I have it double-stranded. Oh, Lenora said hello.
No.
Whitney said hello back, Lenora. Is the game over?
No.
Who was
Top of the ninth.
Who was winning?
Actually,
Well, what I think the problem is that they said that it's a magic ring. I think you start with the magic ring, you do your 6, and you work in rows from there instead of going in the round, is what I think it is. I could be wrong, but I'm going to have to rip all of this out in order to do that. Because there is no way that they did it in the round for the belly. It's in rows. And like I said, I'm pretty sure this is it's foreign. So I will probably be emailing them again and saying, hey, do you got the, is that what it's supposed to be? Is that the modification you're making for the body now? And let them know my findings on the head. So I'm pretty sure that's what it is that, but the way they have it written, it's saying increase in each stitch around, and then going around is what it's making it sound like wordage wise. So they need to rephrase that. And of course, whenever I'm doing it, I'm thinking, oh, it'll be a panel, not thinking that on down I have to do 25, which it'll make sense to do 25 because you work from 6, to 42 stitches across and continue with that 42 stitches from row 8 to 25. So that makes sense. So I'm getting this undone. I'm winding my ball for my double strand of this mint. And we'll go from there. It's weird that the designer name isn't on the pattern anywhere. And the email, I mean, it gives me the, it has the email on it, which the email is E-L, it is L. I guess it is the first name. And because I didn't think that was, but it's the LMALIKISALAHEDDINE 11. So I guess it is the name on the email, but I was thinking it was something different. So hey Hoya, how you doing? So anyway, yeah, I mean, usually it'll have it like at the very beginning, whenever it's kind of advertising what it is and, the introductory of the pattern. And it could have been that there was something at the very beginning that I'm just missing. I don't know, but I was looking and I didn't see anything. But so yeah, at least the email is there, which I already have access to the email anyway, but. And I mean, in the pattern, looking at it, it's very well laid out and everything, and has pictures, and I mean, that doesn't mean it's written great, but I mean, it's not. And I mean, it has, the pictures and everything. I mean, it's, I mean, they took time to do it and whatever, but it doesn't mean that it's the best written. And I mean, and then for them, I guess it was working out, but they didn't get their wordage maybe exactly, or didn't get their counts and stuff exactly. I don't know. Because I mean, it's very detailed, but I have not compared the two head patterns, though. They are completely different. I do know that, because they had, on this one, the original, they had you starting the opposite way, doing the dark and then working to the bottom. This had you working this part first to the dark on the new modified version. So you got it from Etsy. Yes, I got it from Etsy. Right, Lenora, with the rabbit. I feel like the comments on my phone are not recent. I couldn't see the new ones. Check and see if it flipped to top messages. I got it. So yeah, and I know you had issues with that rabbit. I remember that. So we'll see. I don't know. It better not be one of these things where they've used pictures from somebody else's work and they've tried to recreate it and they've not done such a good job at it. I won't be very happy then. And that's not nice to do, if that's the case. I'm not saying that's what they've done, but it better not be, and that's a shame on you, And if they can't get it right, then no, shop is coming up with that for me because I was going to see if it's one that I know is bogus. Are there reviews on the pattern? Whenever I looked at it originally, the reviews on it were good, but that's why I went ahead and did it. Because I had seen one or two that were free, but I was like, well, I don't really know if I want to go ahead and do, because sometimes, but my free ones sometimes have been way better than the bought ones that I've had. So, but I mean, I've been in contact with the person. They're the ones that actually contacted me and said that they were revising or redoing or doing whatever with the pattern, that they had issues with the pattern, that they were offering that if you wanted the revised version, that they would send it. So they're the ones that contacted me originally. I hadn't even started the project yet. And I was getting ready to, and they had messaged me. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to wait then, because then I had this market too. And they told me, work up the head, let me know, send a picture, let me see how it works for you, my opinion of it, whatever. And I said, well, that I would, but I had a market, and it would be a few days. Well, it's going to, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. So, I'm not going to work on this anymore right now. I'm going to wait. Because to start it now is going to be kind of... So I'm just going to stuff this all inside my head. And I need to get my head stuffed anyway to even see if it's even going to be a doable thing from here. But I'm going to go back into my Etsy. So basically, you would be a tester for the pattern they already sold you. Yeah, and that's what I'm finding out, Lenora. That's what I'm saying, and it's like, shame on you. Not really a shame on you if it's a whatever, but it's like, why am I paying to be a tester? Are you going to refund me? Are you going to give me, what are you going to do? I mean, so which, if they were honest about it, whatever, just said, hey, whatever to me about it, then be like, okay, I'll let it go, whatever. But it's like, this is what you're supposed to do before you start selling your stuff. That's what you're supposed to do before, And yes, a lot of times they can be fake. That's why I just take some of them with a grain of salt. That's like with any reviews anywhere. I mean, even with my mom in the field that she works in and stuff, you can read comments left and right, and they're not always going to be legit. It's going to be people that are on there just saying stuff just to be saying it anyway. They don't care. And some companies, I mean, that's what they'll do. I'm not going to get into all that, but you know what I'm saying. You can't always go by them. You can't. And I mean, you can kind of decipher, sometimes if you really kind of sit and read, you can read between the lines sometimes, but you need to be careful. And that's like I said, I mean, yeah, the reviews that I saw were good, but I mean, there wasn't anything saying that, oh, this is spectacular, or oh, it's crap. I mean, it was just kind of your basic review stuff, but, So yeah, you just have to be careful and just kind of use your own judgment, and, it is what it is. And I hate saying that, but it is. It's the truth. It is what it is. So many don't even work the pattern before leaving a review anyway. It looks good. Oh, yeah. 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 And that's what you have to watch out for. there are so many that has been totally it. It's like, oh, I haven't worked up the pattern yet. It'll go on and say, that just love the pattern, so glad to have it. But the more you read it, then it'll say, I haven't had a chance to work it up yet though, but I'm sure it'll be amazing. Something like that, you know. So you have to really read, and like I said, you can kind of read between the lines, and you know. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my purchases. But it's like with anything else that you order and do and whatever, this is no different, you know? It isn't. I mean, you take your chances. Your breakfast is done. Well, enjoy your breakfast. If it's even gonna, okay. Okay. So is that the same? No. Okay. Amigurumi Critters is what the actual store name is. El Maliki. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, this review I did not see. Oh my, okay. Item did not match description. Well, no, that did not. No, I agree. Okay, this is what this one showed. I'm just going to show everybody. That's what they worked up from the pattern that they sent. I did not see that whenever I went through, because I really scrolled down, and it's like I really should have scrolled down more, so, you know. So, But they apologized. This was back June 26th. And saying how they had updated the pattern, had delayed in sending it, sent it for free, blah blah blah. But then they were acting like they have been having to modify. So Yeah, there's that. That does not look like a stitch. Looks like a mouse. Yeah. Yeah, my feeling is what I just said that my guts were telling me. This is somebody that took somebody else's pattern, took the pictures from it, thought that they could make it, whatever. I don't know. And no, I didn't pay that much for it, but it's the principle of the matter, you know? So it definitely makes me want to make a yarn one to see how it goes with yarn. But they're definitely going to hear back from me. So, but I still think that there's issue with the pattern. I mean, I think there's legit issue with the pattern because even though they, there's some that are saying it's amazing and some that are saying, oh, that it, not as expected. I mean, I'm very disappointed now after that one that I seen. And then, of course, them being apologetic and all the things, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah. So, yeah, I'll definitely be letting them know. I've seen a video of people selling crochet books, but they aren't good. Oh, yeah. Well, this is what it's showing. I know it's backwards, but oh, it's showing that the item is no longer available. When I pull up the shop, it already has an AI bear pattern in it, so the shop is bad. Yes, and I just saw the AI bear myself, and I was getting ready to say something about that. But it's a little brown bear. Is that the one you were talking about? Because that's the one I just seen. Hmm. What happened is I've been missing to report the shop. Yeah, that's what I'm probably gonna do. But the blue stitch could be from someone else because it didn't look AI. Oh, and that's what I said. They have taken, I think they've taken the pictures and they've tried to make their own pattern possibly out of it or piece together, you know. And like I said, that's a shame on them, you know, for doing that. So, let's see. Okay, Lenora. Hello, Manuela. I'm sorry. I'm having an issue with the pattern, so I know I'm not paying attention right now very well, so. Yes, yes. Scotland, I look forward to seeing you again. You have a great day at work. I hope it goes fast for you. Enjoy your day. Hello, Emma. Yeah, I've been working on a pattern, Manuela, and it's not going as planned, and it's one that I got off of Etsy, and I'm having some issues. So I was trying to figure out, see, I was giving them one last opportunity to send me some updated version or something, or I was requesting a refund. So we'll see what happens. Because the way it's looking, it's not a legit. It's not legit. So, which is unfortunate. It's my first one that I've ever had an issue with. So, hey Tracy, how are you doing? It's been a long time since I've seen you. I hope you've been doing well. Yeah, because that bear was not there. I don't remember seeing it before. Oh boy, yeah, they didn't even spell it right. Oh gosh. Well, good, Tracy. I'm glad that you're doing well. I'm trying to figure out a stinking pattern right now. I'm just gonna have to stop. I'm just gonna have to stop looking at it. So hopefully get it figured out. I don't know. It's not a legit pattern, and like I said, this will be my first. I've never had an issue before. And I have a feeling it won't be the last, maybe. I don't know. I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping that it's my last. So, but anyway, I should have went further in reading it than what I did. Should have went further into reading the reviews, but you can't always go by them. You honestly can't. But these, I think I could have. I think I could have went with this being legit. Oh wow, I've been on here almost 2 hours already. I didn't realize that. I was trying to, Emma, but it's going south. It's going south real fast. I finished my XOXO shawl, also made a tutorial for it. Oh wow. Good job, Manuela. Have to go and check that out. Is it your first tutorial, Manuela, or do you have other tutorials? I haven't went back to like any of your earlier stuff. Oh, you have several. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I hadn't went back through any of your earlier stuff really at all yet, so I'll have to go back and look at some of those. Well, I am just really disappointed in this that I'm finding out. But, you know what? I have other options, I know. And I'm just glad that I didn't pay a whole heck of a lot for this pattern. Also made a tutorial for a mesh cardigan. Oh, nice. Nice. I will definitely have to look that up. I like the mesh stuff. There's different mesh sweaters that I've made and stuff, so yeah. You realize what you did wrong with your unicorn? Uh-oh. Well, at least you were able to figure it out. Oh gosh. Is it going to be an easy fix today? The way it was written kind of made me skip over the parts where I needed to do multiple rounds of single crochet. No wonder everything was small. Oh no. Welcome back, Lenora. I can restart the ears on horn and I'll use yarn under method. But they are adorable rubber duck keychains. Do you have them? Oh, that'll be adorable. That'll be so cute. Rubber duck keychains. That would be stinking cute. Oh my gosh, that little beaver. That's cute. Oh, excuse me. Oh, and Jonna, did you have your Christmas in July market yet? Yes, I did, Emma. It was this past weekend. So it was good. I mean, we had some things kind of working against us, but for the most part, it was successful to me. I mean, I got to make a lot of connections. I did make some sales. I made my money back. Um, the crowd wasn't really there, but like I said, there were some factors working against us. The weather wasn't the greatest. We had some storms coming through. We had super duper hot weather. We were in a tin building that didn't have a lot of really AC, and but other parts of the building did. It was a nice building though. They really had it all laid out. The advertising was amazing. The coordinator was amazing. All the things, everything was in place. They promoted it well. It was excellent that way. It just the crowd wasn't there, and like I said, the weather, the heat, all of that, plus toxic algae in the water system. So I think there were some people that were kind of afraid maybe to participate, or not maybe participate, but to come to it too. So even though there was no danger of anything, with what we were doing, I think we just had so many factors. So, but I had a ton of orders, and a ton to me, I had 7. I got 7 orders out of the deal, so I feel like that's a ton of orders because I have 3 orders that I'm already working on top of the 7. So, but it was good. It was good. Yes, yes, regardless of the issues, it was still doable. And there are people that I actually, at my past markets, they were at this market too. So I got to actually, visit with them a little bit and stuff. And, it was nice. It really was. It was nice. It was worth going to. I don't know if I'm going to get to do the Christmas market there, though. It just depends on how the rest of my markets land. So, but I very much, I very much enjoyed working with this coordinator. She was really good. I don't feel like starting over. It took too long already. Oh no. I want to start getting into selling my crochet items at markets, but I am just so busy. Yeah, that's the thing. It takes time, Emma. It does. I mean, having your inventory, building up your inventory and then taking the time for setup and tear down and all that. And, it's just part of it. I mean, so yeah, it takes time. And you can just work towards that. Just a mom crochet. Okay. Hmm. This is 450, but she sells it once in a while. That's when I get mine. Polygon, a hand spun, no machine, or anything. Just bare hands on patience and papers. That takes so much time out of the Anyway, I'm on here investigating to see where I could even see where maybe that person tried to take pictures of someone else's pattern. And there is one on here that kind of looks like they possibly could have, but I don't know for sure. We have the county fair going, so I was trying to do something quick to put in my friend's shop. Well, yeah, I think this will be super cute. But I took them and dried them and so I'm in the process of mailing. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna head off of here. Whitney, he's come to bed, so I don't want to keep him up all night. So I think I'm gonna get off of here since I'm not moving forward with my stitch right now. So hopefully I'm just looking for a free pattern now, and I may go back into Etsy and see what there is again. I don't know, but I'll figure something out. So not a big deal, but I'm gonna go ahead and head out. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight for a little while. And I guess just make sure you have the notification bell clicked, and then you can catch me next time. So we'll be heading home tomorrow. So I appreciate you guys so much. I love you all. Take care. Stay well. And we will talk again soon. Bye.